So here we are at the Chesterfield Towne Center in Richmond, Virginia.
Yep, Richmond, Virginia. This is my own childhood stomping grounds. This was one of my childhood malls.
That's cool.
It doesn't look exactly the same as it did when I was a kid, but, you know, very many places don't any longer. But it's still a really nice mall.
It's pretty thriving, I gotta say.
Yeah.
Let's go check it out, huh?
Yeah, join us on a little look around. Yeah. Used to come here on Black Fridays and school field trips and just go on family outings all the time. So this place has a lot of memories for me.
Field trip to the mall, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, classic family trip to the mall. Love the music that they're playing in here.
They're playing some cool smooth jazz in here today.
Yeah, this is great. I wish more malls played this kind of stuff instead of modern pop trash.
Right?
Kind of gives it a little bit of a more classy vibe.
I think so as well.
Much more classy vibe. Yeah, I forgot to mention when we were walking around here a little bit ago and everything, that hallway down there was where the music land was. I think that's where that sealed off spot is. No, I think it was, that was Music Land. We had Sam Goody and Music Land in this mall back in the day. This is Macy's, obviously. I think this used to be a different anchor back in the day. I want to say something like, maybe it's Alzheimer's or something.
But that does sound like a southern anchor to me.
Yeah, it's like a lot of the classic Richmond stores, like Miller and Rhodes and Tallheimers and stuff used to be in these malls. And when those went under a few years ago, they were replaced with more national nameplates like Macy's and Hex and whatnot.
Well, didn't the main company buy like everything?
Yeah.
Like Federated or
Pretty
one of those
much.
guys.
That's kind of the story. All these malls down here kind of have a similar sort of story.
Pretty boring looking Macy's.
Yeah, it's pretty basic in there. Yeah, it's like I remember, when I was a kid coming here. And it's like, it was always cool because it's like, back in the day, things were like really super safe and everything, even when I was really, really young, I would just run around the mall by myself while the rest of my folks, were doing their stuff. And, we'd usually meet up at the food court sometime, around lunch and,
That sounds pretty typical.
Yeah. But yeah, I used to run the halls of this mall a lot.
You ran these halls, right?
I ran these halls, I most certainly did. Back in the day, it was nice. It was real nice. I really enjoyed, coming in here and going to the music stores and getting some goofy stuff from the Claire's or whatever. But yeah, we've been back in Virginia for a few days, taking a little bit of an excursion, with some friends, and this has been incredible.
It's been very nice.
And coming back to some of my childhood haunts like this is pretty cool. Now up on this corner here, we have a store called Box Lunch. Well, back in my day when I was a kid, this little Box Lunch over here used to be a Babbage's.
Oh yeah, Babbage's.
Yeah, you get your video games and your accessories and whatnot in there. This place used to have a lot more like, palm trees and pastels and stuff like that. But over time, they've sort of muted things down. And
A little bit, you think?
just a little bit, yeah.
It's been it's a little white on white action.
Yeah. but for a modern Brookfield, it's not bad. And it's like we were at Lynn Haven Mall in Virginia Beach yesterday.
That one was pretty big.
And yeah, by way of perspective, this is a lot different, and in my opinion, it's still nicer.
Yeah. It's definitely not hurting.
Yeah, this place has a real healthy
It's
inline count. And
it's doing better than the last time over here,
Well, yeah, last time we were here was actually, shortly after COVID, if I remember.
Yeah, we were here during the coof.
Yeah.
Or at least, when everyone was still reacting to it,
Yeah, everybody was still kind of recovering from COVID at the point we were here last, so...
I just think these junior anchors are at an interesting location.
See, yeah, I've always liked the way that they sort of have those, offset sort of an angle like that. It gives the place a little more visual interest.
Yeah, it's
just being...
It's recessed for no reason. Yeah, it's cool.
Makes the place have some nice angles and lines in it. But yeah, shortly we're coming up here on the food court, and that's a place I spent many days and hours in.
It's a respectable food court. They have a interesting selection.
Yeah, once upon a time they had all your classic, like Chinese place, Sbarro.
They still got Chick-fil-A in there. That's cool.
Yeah, they actually added Chick-fil-A at a later point, but it's nice to see it in there now. But yeah, on this corner here where the Charlie Steaks is, that's where the Sbarro used to be.
Is that a downgrade or an upgrade? I don't know. I can't tell.
I'd call it a downgrade, because Sbarro back in those days was bitchin'.
I like these white things up here. It's cool.
Yeah, this is it actually. Now, again, with this food court, it used to be much more aesthetic and everything. It had a lot of palm trees and pastels, and a lot of the restaurants here had neon signage instead of just your standard.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate a food court that has a convenience store in it.
Yeah. Any mall that has some sort of convenience thing is nice.
And you know what? I haven't seen a Cinnabon yet, but you know what I have seen? No Cinnabon, but we got a Cinnamonster, right? Cinnamonster.
When plain old Cinnabon isn't enough.
Right?
Cinnamonster. Give you something a little extra at the Cinnamonster, I guess. And I really like this center court here. Now, unfortunately, this could be seasonal, but this is usually a little fire pit, fireplace kind of thing. This is a nice touch. I mentioned this when we were at Patrick Henry Mall yesterday, that a mall with a fireplace is always a nice touch.
Yeah.
I like the wood slats up here and everything. Obviously, again, that's not something they had before. It's sort of part of the modern renovation. Here's an example. And down this end, we have a rather standard JCPenney.
Pretty standard, yep.
Really standard JCPenney. And I remember from being a kid and everything, it's going to Penny's and Sears and just all the standard places. But it was nice.
Oh, we got a barbershop right up.
Yeah, a little barbershop. In this corner. Yeah, we're turning here to the right so we can scope out the rest of this place.
It kind of drops off after a little bit.
Yeah, well, we're heading towards the Sears wing, and sadly, as with so many other malls. Sears is no longer with us at this place. But yeah, it's like so many of these places, you know, have changed over, changed names and stuff. But still, the lineup is pretty healthy here.
It's not bad. There's plenty of foot traffic. It's a pretty big food court.
Yeah, we're here on a Monday afternoon, and it's shuffling pretty good.
Now, again, once you get down towards Sears, things change.
It starts to get a little quiet here, especially after you pass this at home up here. Yeah, I've always liked the layout of this one. You know, it's like it's just a real classic mall layout. Here's another one of those sort of tucked in anchors.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, right about here is where things sort of drop off just a little bit.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Basically, there's only like one other place down here because this entire former wing here is now a gym.
Yeah, see, that's the problem with this whole. I was just talking about that earlier. It's like the Crunch Fitness came in and they bought the entire wall, and so now you can't put any stores back here at all because they don't have interior access. So it just makes the hallway dead no matter what you do. Should?
That's a cute mural that they have right there, at least.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
That's just kind of like, you know, covering anything in mind.
And again, I'm kind of surprised that they don't have an entrance down this. It's in the mall, you know?
Yeah, well, they never really have at this end. This has always been, you know, if you wanted to come in this end, you had to come in via Sears.
Oh, you can't do that now.
No. That's over. Yeah. Sears is pretty much the end of the line here, though.
I think that's going to about do it for the.
Yeah, this has been the real tour of the Chesterfield Towne Center in Richmond, Virginia.
Chesterfield Towne Center. Nice to see you again.
Yeah, really nice to see you again. This place has some serious childhood connections for me.
You've seen one Sears, you've seen them all.
Yeah. And man, the dead Sears smell coming out of that place is insane. You can smell it halfway down this hallway. But yeah, it's been great walking down memory lane again at this place.
Nice.
So on behalf of Raw and Real Retail, this is Heather, saying thanks for joining us on this tour. We really appreciate you watching, and we really, really appreciate all your support over the years. We haven't made a lot of videos lately because, you know, life gets in the way and everything, but, you know...
Life do happen.
Triple R is back, baby.
Triple R, over and out.